SK Vibemaker.
Arin Ray's in the building.
Hey man, what's going on, everybody?
Jeez, man, this is difficult for me, man. I'm sitting next to such a handsome chap, if I must say so myself,
on,
man.
yo.
You must get this a lot.
Nah, man, I'm just chilling. Yeah.
So Cincinnati in the building.
Yes, sir. Born and raised, man.
How would you explain your journey so far? Because, you know, singer-songwriter, X Factor, written some big songs, definitely looking like you're on your way for 2020.
Yeah.
How would you explain the journey so far?
The journey's been cool, man. It's definitely, you know, it's all, everything's gonna have its ups and downs, obviously, but you know, I can't complain. You know, I'm 24, and I'm in Europe doing tours with Ari Lennox. You know, being from Cincinnati, you know, you don't really. This isn't anyone's fate. You know, this really doesn't happen for anyone. You know, so for it to, you know, happen to me, it's a big blessing. I'm very blessed to be in the position I am. You know, Cincinnati is night and day from LA. It's not the greatest beautiful place, especially my neighborhood. It's beautiful now downtown, but you know where I'm from, Barn Hill, is, you know, it's not LA. There's no palm trees. You know, the sunshine ain't always there. It gets cold. It gets dirty. You know, so it's different. But you know, I can't complain about anything, honestly.
Is the place called Barn Hill, did you say?
Bond Hill, yeah.
Bond Hill?
Yeah, Bond Hill.
Okay, I've never heard of that place.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard of many artists from Cincinnati, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Enlighten me. Tell me about Bond Hill in Cincinnati.
Well, Bond Hill is just, you know, it's a hood. This is like literally just the hood.
I mean, is it
one
lavish?
part though?
Is it lavish?
In no
downtown?
way.
Ghetto?
Nah, it's just like a ghetto. It's an older place. You know, Cincinnati, they don't do too much renovation other than, you know, the bigger places like downtown. They got it right. Clifton, they get it together. But when you're kind of in the middle of the city, you know, they kind of leave it how it is. You know, it's not too bad, but it's, you know, it's just not the most safest place, you know. But it's cool, and like I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly, because it made me who I am. It gave me my toughness. It gave me my, you know, the way I, you know, think, honestly. Everything else come from LA, I guess.
Are there many artists from Cincinnati that have made it like that of note? Because I'm trying to think.
No, not really. It's more musicians, but the Isley Brothers, they're from Cincinnati. Bootsy Collins, Cincinnati. High Tech, DJ High Tech,
yeah.
You know, Black Star, Talib,
cool.
you know, all that,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. I think it's a couple actors. There's more actors that come from Cincinnati, but
straight up.
Yeah, but yeah.
Now, I mean, I have to give you your credit of being a dope artist, making dope music, obviously writing dope songs. But I see you perform in North London, in Camden. And I mean, the performance was on point. That's my first time seeing you perform. I mean, you were supporting Ari Lennox, but I mean, you made your mark. You definitely made your mark, man. Is that something you pay attention to, performing live?
Oh, for sure. You know, definitely. You know, I'm gonna make it, you know, so that Ari can have the best energy it's possible. So my job is to, you know, get the crowd high. So if, you know, any way possible I can do that, I'm gonna do that. And just for myself, I pride myself in performance. I pride myself on being a great performer. All the ones that I learned from, you know, that, you know, back in the day. You know, I was heavily inspired by, you know, Michael Jackson's, the Ushers of the world, you know, even Chris, man. So it's like I take pride in really, you know, giving a good show, you know.
Arin Ray, real name?
Yes, sir.
Birth certificate business?
Yep. I'll show you. It's Arin Blake Ray. It's my name, man.
Real things.
Yeah, man.
Trust me. So Change with Kalani. Talk to me how you connected, man. It's a great connection on this song, man.
Well, yeah, Kalani's an amazing artist, you know, so I always had a mutual respect. I've known her for a little while now. We met when we were like teenagers. I was like maybe 19 when I met her. And, you know, just timing is everything, you know. Got in the studio. I had the song already basically with the first two verses, you know, hooks and all that. I had that done. But, you know, we were really trying to, you know, get somebody on the record that would take it over the top and, you know, and that would make sense, you know, for the record. And I was like, man, I need a female. And me and Chris, you know, the first thoughts was Kehlani. So we call her up. Where you at? She's like, I'm around the corner. This song is amazing. I'm pulling up. I'll be there in 30 minutes. She was there in less. So it was just dope, you know. And we dug the song out. And she wrote that whole little bridge back and forth thing herself. And I just sang it because I thought the rap was dope. I was like, it sounds like I could do this too. So I just sang some of her parts. But at first it was all her.
Did you write the whole song?
Yeah.
Straight?
Yeah, man.
I mean, being a singer-songwriter, when does it come to the point where you write a song and you're at ease giving it to somebody else? Because that must be quite a decision. Maybe you want to keep all the good songs to yourself, but you want to give good songs to other people as well. How do you make that decision, what you keep and what you give?
It's honestly like the story, you know, what's it really about, if it's really dear to me or if it's something, you know, kind of made up in a sense, or the sound. You know, my biggest thing is my sound and what, you know, what I'm putting out to the world. So I would never, like, say for instance, I wouldn't have given this song to Chris Brown. I wouldn't given Platinum Fire to, you know, any song off Platinum Fire to Trey Songz or anything like that. You know, I respect their music, but I've got to keep my sound and I've got to keep that integrity. So, you know, it's just, my thing is just, if it sounds like me, it's me. If it sounds like somebody else, have it.
How calm are you with putting yourself out there, both in songs and in the media, your personality? Because we've seen a rise of the mysterious R&B artists over the last few years. Yeah. And you seem like you're pretty outgoing. Yeah, so how are you with that?
I just be chilling. So my thing is, I'm not big like on Instagram or nothing like that. Like, I do it, you know, I do it, and I try to engage with fans as much as possible. But my mind just kind of runs. So I'm usually like, I'll forget, you know, because I'm either trying to work or I'm with my son or whatever. But, you know, I'd say I was a little bit more shy like back in the day. But now, like, you know, I'm growing up. I'm learning how to have conversation with people and learn how to speak, you know, in full sentences. So it's just, you know, it's just growth, honestly. But put myself out there, you know, being in the media, it's nothing. But I don't think I do things to make myself look like a fool, so I don't really have to worry about that like that. You know, I'm not one to be like shouting, like going crazy on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What do you think of the rise in the mysterious artists and the rise in the mysterious R&B artists in particular? Because it's definitely evident. We can see it. I feel like Frank Ocean started a wave.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you know, I think people like for you to understand them through the music. And that's one thing I do like too. You know, I'm like, I am outgoing, I do speak, but a lot of people want you to really feel it and who they are through the, you know, the words, not, you know, what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then some people are just shy. A lot of people are shy these days. A lot of people don't like to be in front of the camera. A lot of people don't like that type of attention. So they're like, just listen to my music. And honestly, I wish it was like that for me too. But, you know, I'm learning that some things work for some folks.
Did you ever consider the mysterious route then? Was that ever a consideration?
I tried it. I actually tried myself. Like, I did. But I'm learning you gotta sell yourself in a way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really, like, put yourself out there, and people want to see your face. They want to, you know, they like your face. You give it to them. And if when you don't have to do it. That's the thing. Is like, you have a choice. So you don't have to do that because it works for certain people, like Frank Ocean. But it's just how you do it. It's just how you know what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just literally how you want to be, like, see yourself portrayed. Yeah.
Are you owning the Sweet Boy thing though? Because I feel like the performance I saw you do the other day, I could see from the beginning where we were going, man. You came out with the top open, the biceps, you know what I mean? Everything was showing. You got the packs and that. Yeah. The girls were screaming. Some that knew you, some that didn't know you. Yeah. I mean, you got the look. The girls love you. Are you owning the Sweet Boy R&B artist?
On stage, yeah, I definitely turn it on for that, you know. And you know, that's the show. It's just like if Kobe was doing, you know, playing in a basketball game. He's the Black Mamba. It's not necessarily Kobe Bryant. It's a character. It's a, you know, it's a beast. You know what I mean? Like, and I have to put on a show. I'm an entertainer, and that's what I do. So if the ladies want me to take my shirt off, do whatever, I might as well just go ahead and do it because I made the music to do that. I made a song that made them feel that way. You know, so it's all about the feeling and emotion and everything. And I do things, you know, I try to do things pretty organic. Like, so I'm still finding myself as an artist too, and what I like to do on stage and what I don't like to do. And, you know, it's all cool. Like, I just started the take your shirt off thing like literally a couple weeks ago. Like, I started in Brooklyn. I hadn't really ever done that. So and it's been working out, so it's cool, man. I'm liking the reception.
I feel like 2020 is looking very nice for you.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you've set yourself up nicely.
Yeah, man. I'm very excited for the top of the year, man. Just to get going, to keep playing, and to keep moving, get out way more content. You know what I'm saying? So people keep, you know, they get a gist of really who I am, because that's one thing I really wanted to be big on this next year is people, you know, seeing how I do my thing. And yeah, we're gonna get more music out, obviously, and tour. Try to get on another tour with somebody, and then hopefully do my own big headline where we can sell it all out at the end of the year or towards the middle. But you never know, man. I could shoot up tomorrow and be like the biggest thing, or shoot down. You never know. So it's just timing and how we put things out. But 2020 is looking pretty good.
You got your pocket when it comes to this R&B thing, man. There's a lot of R&B artists nowadays that maybe don't sing as much and rap loads. Feel like you're definitely more in the direction of singing a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that something that you're quite conscious of, something that you want to do more?
Yeah, for sure. I take pride in that, you know, and like R&B, I thought, you know, was meant for singing. You know, a lot of people, they be like rapping and saying that they're like the king it confuses me. But it's nowadays, you know, you got those type of artists like, you know, with Bryson Tiller where he can do both. You know what I mean? So it is dope. That is a dope thing. But for me, you know, I'm a singer. You know, I'm a singer first. I'm a writer second. You know, so if I feel like I'm a rap. And there's some new stuff I got that I rap, but I usually try to keep it to, you know, the singing and rap. I've learned to like my voice too. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can keep doing it.
The King of R&B, the Prince of R&B, these titles have been thrown around and certain artists have been battling over it. Do you care about that?
I don't care about being the King of R&B, honestly, because it's put me in a box. You know what I mean? In that sense, you know, and I only did this project, like, I did it like the R&B thing on purpose, just to see, you know, what would happen if I did like a full R&B project, like no like super experimental things. Like I still give you my change ups, I still give you my little, you know, chords or whatever. But honestly, like I really went purposely, you know, to the R&B route. So, and with, you know, all the debates, like these kids don't really believe what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like honestly, like a lot of this is a big troll industry. So it's like if I say, oh, I'm better than everybody, I'm the greatest of all time, somebody's gonna be like, no, you're not. But it raises the thought.
Sly marketing.
You know what I mean? So it's just good marketing, but they don't believe that. Because never mind. But yeah, they don't believe that. Let me be quiet.
So I mean, you came through, a lot of people were introduced to you through X Factor. You know what I mean, in America. How was that transition from reality TV, song contest to becoming a serious solo artist and getting your credentials and your credibility?
It was a weird transition, man, honestly, because, you know, when you're on I'd never been on a platform that big ever in life. So it was like, oh man, I'm just like super quickly just in front of millions and millions of people on TV. The reality television thing, it's actually reality TV, bro. So it's like it's kind of planned in a way, you know, not to say like, oh, I knew when I was getting kicked off, but I knew when it was my time. You know what I'm saying? You see what they do with this certain artists and how you big them up and stuff. So my transition was cool. I got really no calls after that, like, and it put a chip on my shoulder to be like, all right, bet, I'm gonna just get better and do it myself. I'm gonna figure out how to get it, and I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna get that.
Having that massive platform and being privy to millions and millions of viewers, was it hard to take much of that fan base with you when you're making sort of different music afterwards?
For sure, and that was the hardest thing was getting out of that type of fan base, because it was super poppy, like it was just not my fan base. It was not who I needed to be catering to, you know. So it was difficult for me just trying to transition and make the music I wanted to make. But all in all, it's beautiful because people can now see the direction I really wanted to go and, you know, what I was really trying to talk about. So it's cool to see both sides.
You a younger father as well. How is balancing, you know, the music with the parenthood, man? How easy or hard is that?
It's super hard, man. Honestly, as far as just being away. You know, I hate being away from my son this long. It's the worst thing. But all in all, I know this is for him. You know, everything I do is for him. You know, my life is not about me no more. It's about what I can do for him and make sure he's set to be able to do that when he decides to have a kid or whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to set him up to be, you know, dope. But I call him every day. Like, as soon as I get out of here, I'm calling him because, you know, the time difference is all crazy. So I can only call around like 8 o'clock, 9 p.m. out here, you know, and then his mom's got stuff to do. So it's very difficult, but, you know, he loves my music. He loves music. He's very inclined. You know what I'm saying? We had his birthday literally the day before I came out here. So he turned 3. So, you know, I couldn't be more happy and proud of him and just, you know, everything that he is and everything that he's going to be and everything that he's interested in. He's my light, man. You've
already put out your debut album. You got the Phase 2 EP, which is out now. Before people press play on this, or if they haven't pressed play on it already, and what do they need to know before they press play on this, man?
What you should know about this project, Phases 2. You know, this is just, I think this project was just about growth, you know, experience, love, you know, going through, you know, breakups, whatever. It's just a real R&B, you know, kind of 90s feel in a way, but with a 2019, 2020 twist, you know. So just listen. It's only like 15 minutes.
SK Vibemaker.